right here.
Well, I
Mm.
would tell you that maybe joining our next semester at our university will help you. And you remind me of when I was chasing Sly and the Family Stone, Sister Rose looked just like so that's good to see your face, sister. Yeah, I would suggest that for you, the first thing you need to do is to delete all of the judgments that you have in your system, all in the
Mhm.
brain, all of the catalog judgments that you've created throughout your life, all of the prejudices, the things that you feel, the situations that have made you feel diminished as a human, as a woman, as all of these things are all judgments that we have placed upon ourselves. And the university teaches you to delete that programming. And once you've deleted that programming, you fall into an empty space, a
Mhm.
complete space that does not belong to any of those illusions. And then you start to remake yourself at the microbial level, as I was speaking to the brother, because every thought is an atom that you create, and that atom is looking for manifestation, it's looking for embodiment. So every thought
Absolutely.
that you create is a embryonic embodiment waiting to be
I'm
born.
taking off. I follow you.
Think
Hey,
about that,
peace.
and we'll probably have our summer program sometime in July.
I'll see you
Th-
soon.
Okay.
Peace, sis. Thanks for
Thank
calling in.
you. Yes,
Thank
sir.
you.
Peace.
Thank you.
All right. What a great show. Let's get to another sister real quick. No, you know what? This brother been here. Let's get to Detroit first. Detroit been here a little while. Detroit,
Good
what's going
evening.
on, my brother? Do you have a question?
Yes, sir. Good. I got to say good evening, brothers. I've been a long time listener.
Good
But
I
times.
appreciate it.
all right, the question is, I know when those people tend to hide things from us, is something in the game. What's going on up there in the South Pole?
I was
I,
waiting for somebody to come to
I,
that part.
I knew this brother was ready because he got his headphones, he got his
Oh, yeah.
background.
Oh
He
yes,
ready. He a podcaster. He
I
yes,
love
sir.
it. I love it.
good, doc.
Oh,
Good,
you
doc.
have no idea, brother. They have shut down the South Pole because that's where they're meeting with the people who live beyond the poles.
That's what I was about to ask. I've heard
Yes.
that there's some other beings up there, but
Yes, yeah. There's a whole. We are on a flatted plane, and on that plane, the skies look the same throughout that entire plane. Our plane is under a specific bubble that essentially is about 13,000 feet. As you get towards the dome end, if you look in the Encyclopedia Britannica, which I will show you at in my new webinar, that they spoke about a dome that was a specific 13,000 feet high. That towards the ending, and this is
mhm.
and this is this has been tabulated. Those who are talking about flat earth is clowns and so forth, I got the proof, I got the juice to show you that none of what you are seeing is a reality that they want you to see. They want you to stay ignorant. They want you to stay down a ball earth.
Mhm.
That's where they control you. But you hit it, brother. The Antarctica is a ring. It's what's keeping the oceans in. It's
Okay.
about a 200 to 300 foot wall of ice.
Mhm.
And beyond that ice portion, going through a gate, because there's a vibratory gate to get out to the other side, because everything else is water and gases. What we're
Mm.
looking up in the sky with the spinning dome and all these things that they're telling you is these nebulas and so forth. That's all gases that's taking on light filters. And when you see the planets themselves, you see them throbbing, and they're just wandering. They're not spinning anywhere. They're just wandering. They're just
Mm.
blinking in and out.
Mm.
And what you're looking at is sonoluminescence. Sonoluminescence is sound in water. And as you could take a laser and shoot it into water, and all of a sudden a light ball, will take place. We're looking at nothing but water above the dome. And when you think about planets, which are wanderers, you're looking at the word, which is sound. The word, the WORD, made flesh, means made into matter. You're watching the word vibrating and reverberating through the waters above and the waters below. And those are the planets that they're telling you they're going to land on. Ain't nobody going to Mars. They're going up there to Canada, where the Earth. They have a particular island the Earth and the soil is particularly red, and they got the Mars rover blanking back information and they got busted because when you started to study the Mars pictures, you saw a dead rabbit or dead gerbil off to the side. It's all garbage.
Fucking crazy.
It's garbage.
Hey, hey, brother.
People
Thank you for calling, brother. I got to get to the next
yes,
caller. I
sir.
appreciate it.
Good evening. Good
All
evening,
right,
fellas.
Detroit. All right, Detroit. Shout out to Detroit right there.
Yes, sir.
Brother had good energy. Let's get to Enoch.
Whoa,
Enoch, are you there, Enoch?
Yeah, greetings. You hear me?
Yes,
powerful
sir.
name. Powerful name.
Yeah. What's your
Yes,
question, my
no.
brother?
Yes, Baba Phil Valentine. I know you for maybe 40 years from back in the days on Kingston and Albany. So, we know you know the work. Basic question, but straightforward to it. What's the blueprint? You done did the work. The work has been done. Now it's just for the masses to go ahead and get it done. So what would you say is the basic five essential things that we need to do moving forward in the next 10, 20 years as a humoid family, as ancestral powers, because we done seen everything change. The food don't taste good no more. One time you're hungry, the next time you ain't hungry. So the water don't taste good no more, no matter how much you charge it with the crystals. Everything done change. Your chemistry, your energy. So we know that we evolving even above this whole sequence of life. So what would you say? What would you say would be the five essential things we just need to do for the next blueprint for maybe 20 years moving forward?
Well, this is the first thing is to consolidate as a community of like-minded people who will implement the things necessary for survival along those years. If you don't find the like minds that's ready to go to bat, to go to grind, to consolidate all resources to a collective mind, all you need is three or four people, five people to actually create that condition, or two or three families together that pool their resources. That's what they don't want us to do. They don't want us to pool our resources. I would say get off, if you do have the ability, get off of this particular dollar system right now. Start converting to gold with Glint, Glint pay, PAY.com, GLINT and begin to move your resources out of the banks and into their system, which is essentially the ability for you to purchase gold. You can purchase gold directly, and then you can actually request from that purchase a MasterCard so that you're spending gold. Then I suggest that you deal with getting food and start consolidating a lot of the places where you can actually buy food. And this is survival food. Right now, it's about survival. It's not about you thriving like in the Garden of Eden. The Garden of Eden is going to come down the line after we go through the conflagration. There has to be a conflagration, just like any healing. When you're healing from a disease and you're doing it naturally, you know you're doing it naturally when you're suffering. Understanding natural healing is a process of correct suffering. It's called orthopathy, correct suffering. And that's what we have to do, corrective suffering. At this point, we have to be able to get away from our appetites and our addictions to certain foods and certain habits and begin to consolidate those energies and buying food, consolidating and getting water and storing water and getting foods that are cans and foods that are perishable. Get weapons to protect what you are bringing together and making sure you take your children completely out of this damn system, this system that is satanic in its nature, changing up. Did you know that when they worship of Satan is to defile the will of the universal creator and to destroy everything that the creator is basically put down as the law. So what they do is they subvert it. They subvert your language to subvert your thoughts, so that they subvert your habits, subvert your sex. All of these are part of the battle strategies. So take your children out of school. Consolidate with groups of families that can get your resources together. Get out of the finances and get into the system and what I call a compelled benefit. I'm not talking about, they talk about going from fire into the fire. Dr. Valentine's putting you in from the fire. Where are you going to go? What's your power? Do you own land? Do you own an army? Right now, everything that you're doing is being compelled. You're being compelled to do it. So the compelled benefit is to do what you can to fight a guerrilla fight, a warfare, by using things that you know after investigation. Don't just listen to me. After doing your due diligence, doing those things that you know you will survive through a guerrilla warfare. Because this is what we're going to have to learn to do. Tighten our belts, learn and teach your children who the enemy is, and to make sure you understand where you need to go when it all hits the fan. But one thing I would suggest to you, my brother, get yourself a good weapon and get yourself the military armor and good and go to a state where you can actually have your weapons and carry them like where I am.
Okay, Hotep, beloved. Stay great.
Yeah.
Stay prosperous. You to you and the
Say to you,
family.
bro. Say to you, bro.
Peace, Enoch. Let's get to another caller. We're gonna do about two more is good with you, Doc?
Two more is good.
All right. Let's get to Shirley White. Shirley White, what's going on? You got a question?
Yes, peace to
Peace.
you, Brother Rich, and peace to you, Dr. Valentine. I had a question for about your schooling. I have a 3-year-old daughter, and I was wondering what would be good for her. Cause I see the handwriting on the wall with the school system now, and everybody pulling their kids out of school. So I was
Mhm.
wondering what would be good for her learning. Cause I noticed that she's not gonna be able to do the things that me and her dad used to did going off to school and college
Right.
and stuff. These are different times now, so I'm trying
Mhm.
to prepare my
Very good.
family, loved ones, even
Good
though
point.
some of them
Yeah.
don't listen, but I just wanted to get information on that.
Yeah. Good point. Good point. She's a little young right now, and her mind is distracted easily. She's discovering herself at this point at 3 years of age. It's all about self discovery. She's gone
Mhm.
past the stage, which is the 2 years of age, where it's me, mine, no, 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 and she's past that stage now. Now she's identifying herself through putting on little clothing, and she likes to look in the mirror at herself. And this is the point where you just nurture her child. Don't have her grow up too fast. So what you
Okay.
do is there are certain things like and they may have it. They may have black children in this, but you should get a program called Little Einstein.
Little
It's called Little
okay.
Einstein. Look up Little Einstein, and shift it over into do it through your own teaching methods. I would also suggest that you go up to ISM Homeschool, ISM
ISM.
Homeschool.org, ismhomeschool.org. That's us, but we only take children in from 6 years of age and up. You can also go to UKS, and I think that Brother Richard put it down there. Go to uksnow.org,
UK.
uksnow.org, and go up to where it says books. And there may be some books there that you can actually have for the child. There's maybe coloring books that show children how to read Medu Neter or the hieroglyphics and so forth. But for a 3-year-old child, taking children to museums to see ancient Kemetic statues, ancient African statues, you are the one that the child is going to trust for the truth. So
Yes.
making sure that your father and the mother are teaching the child the wholesome way to learn, and make sure that your teaching is tactile. You don't want the child to just think that experiences are just based on a book, on a two-dimensional flat screen. You want to take that child and make sure that whatever that child is learning about can be touched, can be seen in 3 dimensions. That then begins to grow both sides of the brain, because today they're only growing one side of the brain with what
Yes.
they're teaching in school today. So teaching is more of a tactile situation for children. They have a short attention span, but what they do have is that ability to go into that space of imagination. Give her things that she can grow into by be learning to master certain things to put blocks into squares, circles into circles, and so forth. That begins
He
to
already doing that.
good. That begins to develop both sides of the brain, but you're on the way. So ismhomeschool.org, that's for children 6 years of age and up. But
You
if
said
you want
ISM
ISM, Institute for Self Mastery, that's what it means.
.org.
ISM homeschool.org, yes. And the other one is for the adults, but they're in that adult site, you can go to find the books, and that's UKSNOW.org. That's the University of Commission Sciences.org.
All right.
Okay.
Thank you for your
Thank
call.
Good luck.
thank
All right.
y'all. Peace and
Peace.
blessings to you.
Peace and blessings.
Peace, Shirley. Let's get to I think this is gonna be the last call we take. Let's get to Dragon Manifest. Dragon Manifest, what's going on? What's your question, my brother?
Peace to the gods. I'm gonna make this real fast as I can. You nailed it right before Shirley did. Land, land, land. You got to buy land, my people. Um I started buying land in 2020. My land has 2x and 3x. I do have crypto, I do have stocks and other investments, but I'm telling you, family, buy land. Right now, you could buy land $50 down, $50 a month, no credit check, all that good stuff. Just check on the internet. Also, I talk about it on my channel, and I wanted to really ask a question of Brother Rich. Um, Look me up. Would you consider bringing me on your show to talk about land and buying land? Because to me, that need to be 70% of your portfolio. Bill Gates buying it up, Amazon buying it up, BlackRock buying it up. You know what I mean? Land should be
Yeah.
everyone's portfolio.
Let me answer your question. I get what you're saying. Do you have a YouTube channel where you already
Yes,
talk?
sir.
All right, email me. I'm gonna put my email in the comment section, and you can email me your information so I could investigate you and check you out. All right, my brother.
And
Okay,
while
it'll
you're at
probably
it,
come from Dragon Buys Houses or Dragon Buys Homes, something like that.
I got you, brother.
and what you
All
need to
right,
do
peace.
is also interface with the black farmers as well.
I do. I do.
Good,
I'm farming. We on the well, all that good stuff. I want to share the information out there.
good.
Okay, thank
Very
you,
good.
brother.
Thank
All
you.
right.
Peace.
Since
Peace.
that technically wasn't a last question, let's get to one more. That brother just wanted my email, so I'll look you up, brother. I see what you about, Dragon Manifest. Uh, Lady Bell, what's happening? You got a question?
Hi, yes, I have a question regarding I've created a child with someone who's in and out, and they seem to be as well kind of more on the matrix side. How, like, what advice would you give in that situation?
How old is the child?
Just turned 1 years old about 3 days ago.
Well, you're the God in that child's life right now. Mother is God until the age of 7. So you have all that time to mold the infrastructures of your children's mentality or your child's mentality. That child is a blank slate right now, and you are the one that's writing on it.
Mm.
So don't worry about dad. Dad is somebody that children learn later on. They learn discipline, and they come to that discipline when they have reached the age of 7, or what they call the age of reason.
That's what I also believe. But in the situation, dad knows that, I think. Their spirit knows that, and dad has run off with the child.
Excuse me?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Oh, wait a minute. You don't have the child with you?
Hmm.
The child is with you or not?
No, it just happened last week.
Well, I'm not sure.
Around his solar return, it happened.
Oh, but do you know where the child is?
Yeah, somewhat, yeah.
Well, I'm not sure what the personal circumstance is, but I think that you need to talk to whomever the father is, and you'll come to some kind of understanding over that child, because he should come to the understanding that whatever it is that he has as a plan for the child, that you all need to lock in on the fact that that child is going to be your caretaker when you can't take care of yourself anymore.
Mhm.
So what kind of mentality are you going to engender in that child? Is it a nurturing one? Will that child love you unconditionally?
Yeah.
Arguing and fighting and tugging and pulling. It's going to come down to that Solomon decision. Let's cut the child in half. Each one of y'all take a piece. And the one that loves the child the most will say, no, give it over to the other. But understand, you're going to be all right. But you have to talk, and you have to talk without emotions, with the focus of the child in mind, paramount. Okay?
All right. Thank
Good
you for
luck.
calling. Peace. Whew. Doc, what a show.
Yes, sir.
Wow. Some amazing advice you gave out tonight, Doc.
Give thanks, give thanks. I haven't been out in the sun or anything in a long time. I've been so busy writing my book,
Yeah.
you know, and I fell asleep on it. But I saw the Jupiter ascending. It was nice, to what just Europeans just keep putting themselves in everything
Yeah.
that has to do with spirituality in the future, and the people that are actually working what they call Operation Looking Glass,
Mm-hmm.
the people who do The Simpsons are part of a government experiment in time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because the Simpsons, they done made so many predictions, Doc. Oh man.
Yeah, and what it is remember the Illuminati, whomever they call themselves, they need to tell you exactly what time it is, but the mode in which they tell it does not have to be exact. They
Mm.
can they can leak the information out to you, and if you are along, because we have a lot of decoders out there. The
Yeah.
people are only catching up now because of what it is that the Simpson has been. They purposely allowed the Simpson to go on for nearly 10 or 11 years until they caught up with what the Simpsons were doing.
Mm.
And so now the Simpsons have been telling you exactly what's been going on. We're finally seeing that people are paying attention to them. But
Mm-hmm.
what it is you remember, they know what the energy called karma really is.
Mm-hmm.
They know that every action has a equal and opposite reaction. And that equal and
Mm-hmm.
opposite reaction could come back on them unless they prepare the way. So if you have knowledge of what they have the ability to do or have been doing, and you're not taking any precautions or considerations to be the countermeasures to those, then they have no problem doing what they're doing because you have acquiesced or you have tacitly consented.
Mm. Indeed.
They need your consent, the same way
Indeed.
that they need your signature when they have to create money to give you a loan for
Mm-hmm.
money that does not exist.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So your consent, because you are the value, your body and your energy is what's used to actually run this economy. But
Mm-hmm.
now the economy is, if you notice, the economy is going belly up. That's
Mm-hmm.
why they have to eliminate so many people
Mm-hmm.
because they have to eliminate the debt. And who is the debt? You.
Yeah. Yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
You gonna be talking about that the whole debt and the finances on
Yeah,
okay
yeah.
you know
Towards the end, I'm going to be speaking about what you need to do with your finances right
uh,
now.
right.
And a lot of people have been playing games, and a lot of things have been coming out around what they call XRP and Bitcoin.
Mm-hmm.
And you see all of the super huge people like BlackRock and the rest of them have been, and Wall Street have been building up Bitcoin.
Yeah.
Well, that's a farce because their real money is going into the other forms of liquidity that will be used in the future. And those forms of liquidity are going to be on the blockchain, which is cryptocurrency.
Mm-hmm.
And the ones that are cryptocurrency that they're going to be using in order to deal with the debt and to put more liquidity into the system is XRP, XLM,
Mm-hmm.
XDC, and each one of these will be dealing with a different aspect of commerce
Mm-hmm.
and banking.
Right.
The banking system will be using XRP so that they can deal with interoperable commerce as well as payoffs and channeling monies, trillions of dollars back and forth each day.
Mm-hmm.
XLM will be used by us as a paying system that you will be in charge of,
Mm-hmm.
and XDC will be dealing with contracts and how you can deal with contracts cyberly and
Mm-hmm.
how to keep up with those and so forth. And then there's of course there's IOTA, there's HBAR, there's Cardano,
Mm-hmm.
and these are my top seven
Mm-hmm.
because of what they have proven. And I would suggest to everyone to read the white paper for each of these particular programs so that you
Mm-hmm.
get a better idea of where you're putting your money.
Mm-hmm. Indeed. All right. Definitely look forward to Sunday and that part of Sunday especially.
Hmm.
Let's get to some Q&A real quick because I see people filling up the back. We're gonna be on here about an hour. Doc's gonna be talking for 10 hours this weekend, so I don't want to keep him up too late. He's been doing a lot of promo lately, y'all. So
Yeah.
like I said, let's keep this to one question. Let's get to I see Danny's first. Danny, what is going on, Danny?
Hey,
Danny,
family.
all
Yeah,
right.
I noticed that. Hey, family.
How you
Okay.
doing?
Just want to say greetings and get to my question I had in the last show with you.
Hmm.
Uh, I'm a little nervous. I don't know why.
It's all
But
good.
hey, y'all. So I have a question. We were talking about like how water has memory. So I was like, wow. I wonder does like the other elements like fire or wind have memory also?
Yes, that's a good point. It's part of the word, and the word is something that you hear as sound, and sound is actually the reverberation of consciousness at a particular level or at a specific frequency. So your voice has a particular print that is unique in the universe. So as you begin to speak, you create a unique pattern, a unique signature in the atmosphere, in the waters above. And then those things are like you as a woman, you incubate life in water within you.
Mm-hmm.
So thoughts are incubated in the waters above as well. How strong they will become is based upon the intention that you placed on these thoughts, how much strength you put into it, how much attention, how much meditative concentration you placed in these thoughts. And what you're doing is you're growing this fetal energy into a particular situation, person, place, or thing. And
Mm-hmm.
that's why you are a creator. You were created by a creator, so therefore you hold the DNA of the creator in
Yeah.
you.
Yes,
Okay.
that's right.
Hey,
Um,
Danny, I appreciate the question. We got to keep it moving with other people tonight, but thank you so much. All right, Danny, you hear me? Oh, she's cutting in and out.
Hmm.
Let me see something's up with her camera.
Hmm.
Oh yeah, she's gone. All right, shout out to Danny with the question. Let's keep it moving to Kevin Gonzalez. Kevin, what's up, my brother?
Yo, peace, brothers, peace. How you doing?
What's
¿Cómo
happening,
está bien? Papi.
So my question is, today in my reality, where I stand, my wife is the one who is working, and I'm proud of her. She's gone a long way. She makes enough for us to continue, you know, having our environment exist in the way it does with bills and whatnot. While I stay at home with my kids, we are eating dinner, listening on into the episode. And as I'm sitting here, my question is this would this be a form of the balancing of both sides of being, the the feminine part and the masculine as well, those two energies. Would this be an example in my reality of those things balancing? And I'm continuing on the side with my own stuff, building content, partnering with people, but also bringing out a message to the people. But besides that, like again, my main question is my by me doing my due diligence and my duty as a father here at home right now, am I balancing those scales?
You're
And is
doing
that
what
what
you're,
you call it?
yes, you're doing what you're supposed to do as a good man. You don't need to actually make any excuses or think you need to have excuses in order to do what you have to do to take care of your family. I had to do the same thing, but I actually worked from my home. And what she's doing is supporting you so that you grow and take over from her when the time comes. So I know that you're not going to just sit idly and let her work. You're doing something that you're going to do to work so that you can stop her from working to come home and be the mother that she was actually created to be. So there's no shame in it, brother. Right now, everybody's in survival mode. And whatever it is she's doing, she's a good woman. She's doing what she needs to do, just like you're doing what you need to do. And the most important thing right now are those seeds that you are growing in the soil of what you have as your convictions. Those convictions are the soil. Those children see what it is to cooperate, what it is to be a good man and a good woman. So have no fear, don't be shamed. You're doing exactly what is necessary. I applaud you, by the way.
Thank,
Thank you,
thank,
thank
thank,
you.
thank you for coming on, Kevin.
Peace, peace.
Peace, my brother. All right, let's once again, family, make sure you sign up this Sunday. I'm gonna share the link. Let me put this link up because we're all getting ready. You know, they had the Super Bowl last Sunday, So we gotta have our Super Bowl this Sunday. You know, we gotta have our event. We gotta have our event this
Yeah,
Sunday.
but we're not gonna be phony. We're not gonna script anything
Oh
other
yeah.
than the truth. You know
Oh
what I mean by that, right?
oh yeah. Oh
Yeah.
yeah. February 18th at 2 p.m. is going down. Just share the link. Let's keep it moving. Thank you for the super chat. I appreciate it. Tanithia Sky Goddess. I appreciate it. Let's keep it moving with my brother Freedom Culture. Freedom Culture, what's happening, my brother? What's your question?
What's going on, brother Rich? How you doing, brother Valentine?
How you doing, brother?
My question is, I simply wanted you to, can you expound on what the currency of our attention is worth?
It's a good one. The currency of your attention is what it is that moves the entire planet forward. And that's why they want it so badly. And that's why you pay so unconditionally. Your attention is no longer conditional. It's unconditional, which is why it doesn't give you anything. When your attention becomes conditional, it means you become more focused. It means that you have a purpose, and that purpose is not being interfered with. There are no jamming signals or frequencies against it, and your intention and your attention are working together to move you forward against all the obstacles that the beast will put before you. And so I applaud those who actually are asking questions on this level because the mind is where they're attacking. That's where the war is going to take place. They already told you that we do not fight against men. We fight against principalities in high places. They talk about high places, they're talking about higher frequencies. So when you have that type of attention, brother, and you're dealing with the attention and you're sparsely giving it out, and when you give it out in small pieces. You do not open up yourself completely to the type of nonsense that's going on. Make sure that the money that you pay, that you call the psycho spiritual currency that you pay with your attention, make sure that you are getting back what that attention has actually been released for. In other words, when your attention is being given, when you're paying it, what are you receiving back? Make sure that whatever you're receiving back is worth it.
Yes, sir.
Appreciate
Thank
the
you.
question, my brother. Take it. All right, peace. All right, let's keep it moving. We started off great so far, y'all. We started off great. I could just imagine how the workshop is gonna be. This Rico, your device is not connected, Rico. So I gotta keep it moving to Razor Sharp. What's happening, brother?
How you doing? How you doing? First, just want to say thank you
All
to
right.
both of you. And my question is, so I'm extremely sensitive to all energies, everything around me. I've been dealing with this for a while. I do acupuncture, I do qigong, you name it. So, as I went into a dip dive, I was told by someone who's currently kind of like a life coach for me. He said that non-physical beings